Welcome back to Jay versus Horror, guys. I'm your host, Jay Wall, and today we're going to be talking about the 2020 film Come Play. It's an American horror film written and directed by Jacob Chase, and it stars Gillian Jacobs from Community, along with John Gallagher Jr., Ozzy Robertson, and Winslow Figley. The film follows the parents of an elementary school student with autism as they try to protect their young son from getting abducted by Larry, a villainous humanoid creature that preys on the innocence of children. Ozzy Robertson plays Oliver, our young autistic child here, and he's basically the lead in this film outside of maybe Gillian Jacobs, who plays the mother Sarah. The film starts off pretty fast. We're not given a lot of character development or anything like that. We just see that Oliver is up late at night. He goes downstairs to get a drink, and when he comes back, there's a storybook about Larry loaded onto his phone. As Oliver starts to read the story, lights begin to flicker, there's noises in the house, and he generally senses that there is a presence out to get him right from the very beginning of the film. As the story moves on, we see that Oliver is being targeted by Larry, a long-limbed, slender man type monster. We see that Oliver's phone is special. It allows him to verbalize what he's feeling because he can't talk. Larry first appears with the phone, but then moves from any kind of screen, computer, smartphone, television screen, iPad, any kind of electronic device with a screen. Larry can move through it, and it's interpreted as if he's looking at the child through a window, kind of like a stranger staring at a child through a window. Very unnerving, I would say. Larry tells Oliver he just needs a friend. He just wants to make a friend. He wants Oliver to be his friend because Oliver doesn't have any friends. However, there is nothing nice or sweet about Larry. He is after Oliver's soul. He even attacks Oliver's family, friends, and classmates along the way. Now let's talk about the things I liked about this film. It wasn't bad at all, really, and it does have some cool little tricks it does with electronics. And it's always fun to see films utilize new technology and new tactics to give us scares. This film does that very well. Also, the children, the actors, Ozzy Robertson and Winslow Figley specifically, they are very good in their performances. Things I didn't like about the film, well, it's kind of slow. It seems a little repetitive. Some of the same scenes over and over that really aren't leading us anywhere but to an ending that's not a great conclusion, I would say. Gillian Jacobs is terrible in this as the mother. All the adult actors are pretty bad, and I like Gillian Jacobs. I enjoyed her work on Community, but there were several times during this movie where she just seemed out of it or not into the role, and there were times when she just had a look on her face like she was playing Britta in Community and she was about to crack a joke when things are very serious. And I think she tried hard, but maybe this is not the type of role that she's best at. The film has a pretty solid premise, but nobody in this movie listens to anyone else in the movie. If they did, it would be over in like a minute. Because honestly, the parents don't really listen to Oliver, even though he can't talk. He is trying to explain what's happening. And then when the mother, Sarah, actually does see something and starts to believe him, she goes to the father with this information, and he totally blows her off like it's no big deal. You need some rest. That's what he tells her. You know, you're a hysterical woman. You need rest. You know, that kind of thing. And so, because of this, because of the stupidity of the adult characters in the film goes on and on. All in all, though, guys, I found the film to be pretty decent, especially for this year where we're really thin on horror films. Outside of the little technological tricks the film uses, there's nothing here that you haven't seen before, and even some of those you have probably seen before. So, yeah, it's a little boring. It's a little slow in parts, but it has its good moments, too, and like I said, the performances here from the kids make it worth watch. I'm going to give this one 6.5 out of 10, guys. I am going to recommend it. I don't know whether to recommend it to the younger age group, though, because it might scare the hell out of little kids. I mean, this is a film where a monster is basically stalking a small child who can't talk or tell anyone what's going on outside of his nonverbal communication skills. So, for some children, like the children that are in the movie, that age range, I think it might be a little too intense for them. But then with adults and teenagers, you know, it's going to miss the mark a little bit because it's not super scary. But yeah, I'm giving it 6.5 out of 10, guys, and check it out for yourself. And we will talk to you the next time we got something worth talking about. Bye.